M.O.B. If you don't know where that's from, use lot is not listening to enough rap music. It's Friday night and Christmas is fast approaching. Man's talking about like a week and a half or something like that. Yeah. And for months, myself and someone quite close to me have been planning something special for Christmas. Nothing too amazing, nothing too special, but we're supposed to be going out to my house and hanging out, yeah, spending a few days together, innit? Hopefully 3-4 days, yeah. But a spanner's come into the works now. Yeah. The management at my workplace, they can't seem to make up their mind what they want to do in terms of covering the site, because I'm working on construction site at the moment, innit? Yeah. They don't know what they want to do. Yeah. So first of all, they're saying, everyone's breaking up from work on Christmas Eve. Then they're saying, we're not breaking up on Christmas Eve, we're breaking up the day before Christmas Eve. Yeah? So there's no work Christmas Eve, yeah? No work Christmas Day, no work Boxing Day. Yeah? Then they're saying there's a possibility that there will be work on the 27th, 28th, all the way up until the 31st of December. Yeah? So right then and there, I'm saying I'm in. Yeah? A couple of hours ago, management decided to text the group chat that we're in it. All the supervisors were all in one big group chat. And the managers said, there's a possibility that we need someone to cover on Christmas Day. So straight, man put my name in, man. Now, it might be considered to be a bit selfish, but at the end of the day, I said to the person that I'm supposed to be spending time with, like, I might have to cancel Christmas Day, unfortunately. Yeah. Now, some of you lot will think, well, how can a man like cut? But this girl has been striking the days off the calendar like she's in flipping prison. Like, only 11 days to go, Jay, till I see you, till we're spending time together, innit? Yeah. And I might have to put a stop to that. Because at the end of the day, money comes first. Yeah. At the end of the day, this woman's not putting no money in my pocket. Yeah. And at the end of the day, nothing lasts forever. Yeah. One day, her and I will break up. Yeah. And I'm gonna think to myself, when I've broken up with this girl, like, we're not together no more. Yeah. But I'm like 800 to $1,000 down. That's not happening. Yeah. M.O.B. all fucking day. Yeah. No disrespect to any women, yeah. But M.O.B. Man, I will cancel any appointment with any woman for money. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, this girl or that girl that's her, she's not putting no money in my pocket. Yeah. She's not helping fund my property that I'm saving up to buy. Yeah. She's not doing nothing like that. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying she's supposed to. What I'm saying is she could be a hindrance. Yeah. Nothing lasts forever. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a little story. Yeah. And this is why you shouldn't really put yourself out there for women. Yeah. Because it could backfire, or it could just be done in vain. It could be a waste of your time. Yeah. When I was 19, I actually had my first girlfriend. Man's been dealing with girls since I was 14 years old. Yeah. But when I was 19, I got my first girlfriend. Yeah. And I remember one time we had a big issue. Yeah, man's not even going into no detail, but anyway, we had a big issue. And she said that there was some incident with one of her neighbours. He gave her a lift one day. Now, this girl's 17 at the time, and this neighbour well into his 40s. Yeah. He gave her a lift one day, and my ex-girlfriend, one Indian thing, hot thing. She was so hot. She didn't even look fucking Indian. She looked like she was mixed race. Yeah. He decided that it was a good idea for him to put his hand on her leg. So when I heard that, I was like, I'm vexed at you now, because we had a situation. I'm vexed at you now, so I'm not gonna ride for you. But in a month's time, yeah, when I'm not as pissed with you, I'm gonna ride for you. I'm gonna sort it out, yeah. Because she said that this guy was always troubling her. Yeah. He lived around the corner as well. He would always try and talk to her, like pull up in the middle of the street and say, get in my car, and like intimidate her or whatever, innit? And her family members, they're all pussy hoes. They won't defend her or nothing like that. Yeah. And in my mind, like, I couldn't like feel comfortable, and I wouldn't feel like a man at the time, knowing that my girlfriend at the time lives in an area and she doesn't even feel safe on her block. Yeah, because there's a guy that lives like a road across from her, like just around the corner. He's giving her trouble, isn't it? Yeah, that used to get to me. That there's some guy around the corner who my girlfriend is intimidated by. You know? Like if a girl is intimidated by someone that she knows in the wider area, yeah, that she lives in, then whatever, in it, but not on her estate, not where she lives. Yeah, no way, man. My girlfriend needs to feel like she can walk out of her house and feel safe. Yeah. So anyway, one time I decided, okay, today's the day. I'm gonna go all the way down to her area. Yeah, barking actually as well. Yeah, but she wasn't a thing. Yeah, I went all the way down to barking. Back then, man weren't even riding or driving or nothing. Okay, jumped on a train, jumped on a tube, jumped on a fucking bus. Yeah, had to walk, went all the way down to an area to fix this guy. Yeah, now the plan was to go to his house. Yeah, but anyway, man used my brain now, and I told my ex-girlfriend to stand on the street, and we're gonna stand there for a couple of hours and wait to see if this guy approaches or whatever. And cut the long story short, lo and behold, this guy was driving down the road. Luckily, after 10 minutes of us waiting, and I've seen a cock. I don't know what this guy looks like. Yeah? I don't know what this guy looks like. Yeah? Just know he's Asian, innit? Yeah? This car drove past my ex, and then he's reversed. So right then and there, I knew it was a situation. Yeah, because she told me obviously the guy drives a silver BMW, so I knew it was the guy. So anyway, the guy drove past her, and then he's reversed. Like, there's no reason for him to reverse. He's drove up to the road, he's drove to the end of the road, and there's no reason for him to reverse. So I knew he was talking to her, innit? So I've come sprinting down the road, and obviously man stopped him now, innit? Yeah, because he's got his window down. He's trying to talk to my girlfriend, and I don't know what he's saying to her, innit? Yeah. And I said to him, boom, are you such and such? And he's like, what? Who are you? I've turned back to her, and she's nodded her head, and then obviously a madness happened, and obviously man didn't kill no one or nothing like that. Yeah, but anyway, now what I done to this guy, yeah, I could have ended up in prison for. Yeah, I don't know, but no, it wasn't no knife thing. Yeah, don't get it twisted. But what I done to this guy, I could have ended up in prison. Yeah, but at the time it's like no, it's cool. That's my girl. I'm riding out for my girl, innit? Yeah, and anyway, man fixed him real good. Yeah, and after that he never touched her. Yeah, car. I didn't even need to say nothing to him. He just got the message, innit? Yeah, he saw my girl standing on the side of the road, and the angry black youth with man's holding something that's fixed you. Yeah, you knew he knew what that was for, innit? Yeah, he after he got that, yeah, he knew what it was for, innit? Yeah, it was for trying to touch my girl, innit? Yeah, so it never happened again, innit? Yeah. Man, at the time, like, yeah, it felt good. Yeah, obviously I rolled out for my girl, done my thing, whatever, innit? Yeah, now she feels safe, whatever, innit? Yeah, but that's at that moment in time. Yeah, now imagine I could have gone to prison maybe like 5 years or something like that for what I did. Yeah, and at the time it felt right, man. It felt right at the time, but I told one of my brethren at the time what I did, and he said, Jay, you are stupid, you know. And I said, why? And he said, obviously at the time it felt good, you know, it was the right thing to do or whatever, yeah. But you never know, yeah. A year from now, yeah, that girl that you went out and you rolled out for and you done your thing for, and yeah, you're a G, you know, you protect your girl, you're a white knight or whatever, yeah. White knight's funny. If you know if you know who I am, you'll know that saying the word knight's funny, innit? Yeah. So you've gone out there and you was a white knight and you protected your girl, whatever. Yeah. But you know, Jay, yeah, do you know you could be sitting in prison for 4 or 5 years, yeah? And a year from now, your girl could be with her next man. Yeah. Do you know how fucking scary it is to know that a year after that, in that period of time we had broke up, yeah? And in a year after that, I actually was riding my bike in one next area, and I saw my ex-girlfriend with her next guy. So hold on a minute. So I rolled out for this girl, I fixed the man, yeah. And at the time it felt good, but at the same time I could have been sitting in prison for 4 years, maybe 4 do 2, whatever, yeah. I could have been riding time for this girl. And next year, a year later, I see this girl, you know, linking the next man. Nah. If I could go back in time, I would have never defended her, innit? I would have never defended her, innit? Yeah. So, the girl that I'm supposed to be seeing on Christmas Day, I don't really feel that sorry for her that I'm cancelling the plans. I know she's, you know, really enthusiastic about seeing me, but I don't feel sorry for her. Do you know why? Because there's this thing that man spoke about before called female nature. Yeah. And at the end of the day, fuck female nature. Nothing lasts forever anyway. Yeah, we're not gonna be together forever. Yeah, so we're gonna break up one day. I know it's good to enjoy the moment, but there's this thing called female nature. And if a girl comes across a guy who she perceives to be a higher value male than me, she will just completely forget me. Yeah. And I know, cause see, my girl, she watches this, so I'm talking to you. Yeah. I know you're saying, no, Jay, you're number one, whatever. Yeah, you say that. Yeah, you say that. But if there's a higher value male, yeah, or you perceive someone to be higher value than me, better than me, whatever, you will drop me just like that. Yeah. It's a possibility, innit? Yeah. And it don't even affect me. Yeah. I know what women are like. Yeah. So I don't really care. Yeah. So that's why I've got this mentality now, like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. Man will cancel plans on girls. Man will break their heart, whatever, innit? Yeah. Not intentionally do some evil shit or nothing like that. But I need to think about myself. Because at the end of the day, I know when a girl loses attraction for a guy, you don't exist to her no more. You don't exist to her no more. Man, you don't exist to her no more. Yeah. And you know what's sad as well? I remember I made a video and I was talking about one of my other ex-girlfriends, innit? Yeah. And I was saying that, yeah, you know, I went all the way down to her house. One time that I heard someone knock the door and she put down the phone, and I was getting worried, thinking like, right, is that man, what if a man's trying to force his way through her door or whatever, innit? Yeah. And like, I can't hear what's going on, so like, she could be in danger, innit? And there's me, like some dickhead, driving my car down to an area to go and defend this girl, and you know, this girl could be cheating on man or whatever, innit? Yeah. And funny thing is as well, the girl, I'm not saying whoever knocked on her door was that guy, but anyway, my ex-girlfriend ended up leaving me for her next brother anyway. Yeah. So that just goes to show, like, bro, why the fuck am I going out of my way to ride out for these girls, whatever, you know, protect these girls, innit? Yeah. So right now, I'm thinking to even just delete that video, because what I'm saying now is going to be contradictory, talking about defending my girl, whatever, innit? Yeah. I don't know. Me personally, if I had a girl and she was in some trouble, knowing what I know and what I've experienced and stuff like that, like, imagine my ex-girlfriend dropped man out for an ex-brother, you know, and that's the same girl that I would have been potentially going out to move to someone. Like, remember, when you're going down to do something to someone, well, don't mean you're gonna win the battle, you know. Yeah, I could end up dead for this girl, for her to just drop me out, lose all attraction for me, and be with her next brother a year later or 6 months later. So that's why I don't feel no remorse. I don't feel no way for cancelling or potentially ruining the Christmas plans, because I know one day this girl will have absolutely zero attraction to me and she won't give a fuck, but I lost out on a grand's worth of money or whatever, innit? Yeah. I know you're supposed to live in the moment and not think negatively, but at the end of the day, man's experienced stuff and I live in the fucking real world, innit? So I thought I'd just share that story with you. Share no names, gal them know who you are. JYS is out.